A deadly virus has spread across the world. Anyone who sees it loses their mental control and ends their own life. During this chaos, a mother strictly warns her 2 children never to remove the blindfold from their eyes at any cost. But why? Let's find out in this movie. The movie begins with a pregnant woman named Malorie who is watching news on TV. The news reporter says that a dangerous disease has spread in Russia. People infected by it lose their sanity and kill themselves. There is still no cure for this virus, and within just one day, it has spread to millions of people. Now, it is spreading to other countries as well. However, Malorie ignores the news and goes to the hospital with her sister Jessica for her pregnancy checkup. The doctor tells her that the baby is completely fine and she will soon become a mother. Malorie feels very happy after hearing this. But while leaving the hospital, Malorie notices a girl banging her head repeatedly on a glass wall. Seeing this, Malorie gets scared and quickly sits in the car with Jessica. She tells Jessica to drive fast because she believes that dangerous Russian virus has reached here too. On the streets, chaos has already begun and people have started harming themselves. Jessica starts the car and drives fast toward home, but the situation keeps getting worse. Suddenly, a lot of accidents start happening on the road. While driving, Jessica sees something strange. Her eye color changes, and she completely loses control over herself. She increases the speed of the car and intentionally drives towards other vehicles to crash. Malorie tries to stop her, but Jessica doesn't listen, as if something has taken control over her mind. Soon, the car crashes into another vehicle. Luckily, both of them survive and get out of the car. Before Malorie can understand anything, Jessica suddenly walks in front of a moving truck and kills herself. Malorie is shocked. Everywhere, people are panicking and dying. She tries to run to save herself, but someone pushes her and she falls down. A woman comes to help her, but suddenly she also sees something and sits inside a burning car, killing herself. At that moment, a man named Tom arrives. He helps Malorie and takes her into a nearby house where a few people were already hiding. Everyone inside the house is confused and scared. They turn on the TV to understand what is happening. The news reporter says that something is outside which, when seen, makes people go insane and forces them to kill themselves. This virus has now spread across the entire world. Anyone who is still safe must stay indoors, shut all doors and windows tightly, and must not step outside. Everyone quickly covers the windows and seals the glass so that no one can see outside. 3 days pass like this. Then suddenly, someone knocks on the door. A crying girl begs them to let her in. Tom decides to open the door, but a man named Dan stops him, afraid that she might be infected. But Malorie points a gun at Dan and forces Tom to open the door. The girl enters. Her name is Olivia, and she is also pregnant. When they ask her how she reached here with her eyes covered, she replies that she had run out of food and kept knocking on different doors until she found this house. Hearing this, Dan says that even they are starving because they've been trapped inside for 3 days. Now, everyone starts thinking about how to bring food. There is a supermarket nearby, but reaching it without seeing anything is the biggest challenge. No one wants to take the risk, but the house owner finally says that if they don't step out now, all of them will eventually die of hunger. Another day passes like this. Tom says that instead of dying of hunger, it is better that we take a risk and try to survive. So they decide to go to the supermarket. Tom says they will use GPS and drive the car there without looking outside. They paint the car windows so no one can see through them. 5 people sit in the car and slowly start driving with the help of GPS. The whole city looks deserted. Roads are filled with dead bodies everywhere. Somehow, they reach the store. They cover their eyes with blindfolds and slowly enter the store. Once inside, they close all doors and windows and then remove their blindfolds. The store is full of food, supplies, and everything they need. Seeing this, everyone becomes very happy and gathers as much food as possible. Meanwhile, Malorie and Tom start liking each other because Tom is a good human being and he saved Malorie's life. While searching for supplies, Malorie finds 3 birds in a cage and takes them with her. Suddenly, someone knocks on the store door from outside. They refuse to open it. The man cries and begs them to let him in. Feeling pity, they prepare themselves near the door so if the man is infected, they can stop him. As soon as they open the door, the man says, "These monsters are so beautiful. You all must see them." Hearing this, they realize he is infected. So a man named Charlie sacrifices his life and pushes the infected man outside along with himself to save everyone else. Malorie notices something important whenever the monsters come near. The birds start screaming loudly. These birds become an important warning signal for them. The remaining 4 people take the ration and return home. They tell everyone about Charlie's sacrifice. Night falls and everyone goes to their rooms. Suddenly, someone knocks at the door again. Without thinking, Olivia opens the door and lets a stranger inside. Malorie rushes in and holds him at gunpoint. Hearing the noise, everyone comes running and shouts at Olivia, asking why she let a stranger in. Olivia says she has experienced being alone outside and knows how terrifying it is, so she felt pity and helped him. The man's name is Gary. He says, "Please don't throw me out. Some psycho people broke into my house and forced my friends to open their eyes and look at the creature. All of them killed themselves. Somehow, I escaped and reached here." Hearing this, everyone allows him to stay, except Dan, who still doesn't trust him. Dan angrily threatens him with a gun. Suddenly, Laura hits Dan on the head from behind, knocking him unconscious, and they lock him in another room. Gary thanks everyone. The next day, suddenly, Malorie and Olivia both go into labor at the same time. Tom and Laura help them upstairs. Meanwhile, Gary stays downstairs, and his behavior starts turning strange. He spreads lots of creepy drawings of the creature on the table. From his eyes, it becomes clear that he is under the creature's control. Both women give birth, Olivia to a baby girl and Malorie to a baby boy. At the same time, the birds in the cage start making noise. Annoyed, Gary puts them inside a fridge and removes the papers covering the windows. Dan realizes Gary is dangerous and starts shouting that he warned everyone earlier. Hearing the noise, Tom comes downstairs, but Gary attacks him from behind and knocks him unconscious. Then Gary moves toward Dan to finish him, but hears the sound of babies crying. Leaving Dan, he goes upstairs to Malorie and Olivia's room and removes the papers from the windows. Olivia accidentally looks outside and becomes controlled by the entity. Malorie immediately understands Olivia will kill herself, so she snatches Olivia's baby from her. Soon, Olivia jumps out of the window and dies. Then Gary forces Laura to open her eyes, and she also becomes infected and kills herself. Now Gary slowly approaches Malorie. She has both babies hidden under a blanket, but Gary tries to snatch the blanket and force her to see outside. Just then, Dan arrives with a gun. He closes his eyes and tries to shoot Gary, but Gary knows Dan can't see, so he takes advantage and pushes Dan off the upper floor, sending him crashing down. Then Gary kills Dan, saying, "You will never get to see the beauty of that demon." Meanwhile, Tom regains consciousness and somehow picks up the shotgun and kills Gary. After that, Tom goes upstairs and calms Malorie and the babies. Now only Tom, Malorie, and the two children are left alive. Just like that, 5 years pass. Tom and Malorie are now in a relationship, and the children have grown up a bit. But the danger is still not over. Outside, there are still people controlled by the evil force, and they hunt normal humans and kill them. During these 5 years, Malorie has taught the children everything about how to survive in such terrible conditions. One day, they hear a voice on the radio. A man named Rick says that the place where they live is completely safe. They have a colony there with plenty of food, water, and all necessary facilities. He also shares the location and says that if anyone wants to come, they should travel along the river's flow. When the river current is strongest, near that area inside the forest, they will find the colony. There are many birds there, and their sound will help people locate them. He also warns that it will take 2 days to reach there through the river. Tom trusts Rick and wants to go there, but Malorie refuses. She says maybe Rick is infected and wants to lure them out to kill them. At night, Tom tries to convince Malorie that if they really want to survive, they must go there. How long can they continue living like this, blind and terrified? The next day, when they go out to gather supplies, some psycho people attack them. Tom realizes this is the moment to escape. He tells Malorie and the kids to leave quietly through the back way and head toward the river while he distracts the attackers. Malorie doesn't want to leave Tom alone, but Tom says someone has to sacrifice for the others to live. He sends Malorie and the kids away, and then, covering his eyes with a blindfold, faces the psycho men with his shotgun. They tell him to remove the blindfold, but Tom keeps delaying them so Malorie can escape. However, the attackers spot Malorie leaving. Before they can go after her, Tom fires and kills 2 of them. He also gets injured in the process, and without sight, it becomes difficult for him to fight. So he removes his blindfold and kills 2 more attackers. Only 1 psycho man is left. When Tom goes to kill him, the demon entity reaches there too and starts controlling Tom's mind. But before the entity can fully control him, Tom manages to kill the last attacker, and then he shoots himself. Hearing the gunshots, Malorie realizes Tom is dead. She cries a lot because Tom was her only support in this nightmare. After that, she prepares to leave for the safe colony mentioned on the radio. She tells the kids that the journey will be extremely dangerous, but they must go there if they want to survive. She warns them strictly, no matter what happens, they must never remove their blindfolds, otherwise they will die. Then Malorie covers her and the children's eyes with blindfolds and heads toward the river. Using a rope for guidance, they finally reach the river and begin their dangerous journey. They sit in a boat and begin traveling downstream with the flow of the river. Malorie also keeps the birds in the cage with her. After a few hours of traveling, Malorie contacts the people living in the colony through the radio, the same place they are heading to. But suddenly, the birds in the cage start making loud noises, and at the same time, a terrifying voice begins calling Malorie again and again. The demon imitates Malorie's voice and tells the children to remove their blindfolds, thinking it is really Malorie. They begin to take them off, but just then Malorie regains consciousness and screams, stopping them. She reaches them safely. Hearing the birds' sound, they start running and finally reach the colony, while the demon tries to stop them from entering. Malorie begs the people inside to open the gate. They pull them in and first check their eyes to confirm they are not infected. After confirming they are safe, they take them inside. Malorie removes her blindfold and sees that it is actually a blind school, where most people cannot see, which means the demon cannot harm them. Here, Malorie meets Rick, the same man who spoke to them on the radio, and gave them the colony's location. The colony also keeps many birds to stay alerted to danger. Malorie frees the birds she brought with her, and with that, the story ends.